Today marks the turning point. Not just another day on the calendar, not just the beginning of a new week or month. This is the day something within you aligns. This is the moment where what was once waiting in the unseen begins to rise, ready to be experienced in your real life. There's a shift in the energy around you, and more importantly, within you. What has felt stagnant or delayed is now charged with momentum. What was heavy begins to lift. You might not see the full picture yet, but you can feel it. Deep within, you know this is not business as usual. You are entering a season of change, a season of alignment, a season of miracles. This video is more than words. It's an activation, a frequency. Watch it until the end, because the energy woven through this message is calling your deepest dreams into focus. Take a moment to write your warmest wish and the number 77 in the comments below. Why? Because writing your wish is not just a hope thrown into the air, it is a declaration. The number 77 echoes transformation, spiritual power, and divine alignment. When your words meet intention and your heart meets clarity, you set something powerful in motion. This is the chapter of fulfilled wishes, not from desperation, but from the truth of who you are and the energy you now carry. You've been waiting for a sign, wondering when things would feel different. You've held on through the quiet seasons, through the questions, through the uncertainty. You've seen others move forward, seen them celebrate breakthroughs, while you've stayed still, wondering if your time would come. But the truth is, nothing has been wasted. Every delay was a preparation. Every pause was a realignment. You were not denied. You were being recalibrated to something even better, something more true to your essence. Today is not a fluke. It's not an accident. It's not random. The timing of this message is sacred. You are ready. Even if part of you still doubts, you are stepping into alignment, even if the steps seem unclear. The new path is opening not through logic, but through energy. Let this moment be the first breath of your new season. Pause and feel it. The heaviness is breaking. The fog is clearing. There's a stillness now that doesn't feel empty. It feels charged. It's the stillness before the arrival, the kind of silence that carries promise. Listen to that silence. It's whispering truth to your soul. You are not the same person you were yesterday, not because something dramatic happened overnight, but because you are finally recognizing your own power, your own worth, your own energy. You are remembering. And in that remembering, you are rising. The shift doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it comes with a deep breath, with peace, with surrender. And that surrender isn't about giving up. It's about giving in to the higher flow. The plan that's been written for you beyond your vision. The one that works not against you, but for you. There is a rhythm to the universe, and when you stop fighting, you begin to move with it. That's when things start to align. That's when the doors begin to open. That's when miracles begin to feel natural, not rare. Miracles are not reserved for the chosen few. They are not exceptions to the rule. They are the rule when you are aligned. And alignment is not perfection. Alignment is honesty. It's awareness. It's letting go of what is false and opening to what is real. The real you. The one who believes again. The one who speaks from truth. The one who shows up fully present, no longer hiding, no longer playing small. This version of you is not waiting for permission. This version is awake, ready, whole. You felt broken, but that was only part of the story. You were breaking out of the old shell, the old identity, the old survival-based self that didn't know your power. And now, here you are, still standing, still dreaming, still open. That is your victory. That is your turning point. You've crossed the threshold. You are no longer just surviving. You are beginning to thrive, from the inside out, and you don't need to force it. This next chapter is about flow, not force. Grace, not grind. Clarity, not chaos. You are moving with the current now, not against it. Don't doubt the small signs, the subtle nudges, the quiet knowing that something is coming. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Your energy has changed, and the universe is responding. Keep listening. Keep trusting. Don't rush the evidence. Live in the vibration. When you trust the frequency before the form, you accelerate its arrival. It's not about seeing to believe anymore. It's about believing and then seeing. You are a powerful co-creator in this new season. Whatever has felt blocked is now being loosened. Whatever has felt delayed is now arriving in divine timing. You are walking into spaces you once only imagined. Opportunities are forming around your vibration, not just because you want them, but because you are aligned with them. You are no longer chasing, you are attracting the right people, the right paths, the right provisions. You are a magnet for the miraculous because you have returned to your truth. You have remembered who you are. This is not hype. This is not fantasy. This is energy. And energy is real. Energy precedes form. You've been shifting internally, and now the external must catch up. Don't be surprised when the doors open. Don't be shocked when what you wrote in secret starts showing up in plain sight. This is the season of seen answers, manifested dreams, divine timing becoming divine reality. You are not here by accident. You are here by destiny. And your energy is now ready to match what you've been waiting for. Stay with this vibration. Watch until the end. Because sometimes all it takes is one moment of truth to change everything. And this right here, is your moment. This moment is more than a beginning. It's a recognition. You are recognizing what you've always carried. The power, the insight, the vision. It was never lost, only buried beneath the noise, beneath the expectations, beneath the layers of who you thought you had to be. But now, the layers are falling away, gently, naturally. The truth is revealing itself. And the truth is, you were never broken. You were becoming someone stronger, more present, more awake. Today isn't about fixing anything. It's about revealing what's already whole. When you look back, you'll see that the breakdowns were not the end. They were the openings. They were the invitations. The cracks that let the light in. What once felt like failure was simply redirection. What felt like a loss was preparation. Every no was leading you to a deeper yes. Not a surface-level yes, but the kind that resonates in your chest. The kind that comes from alignment, not desperation. You are no longer clinging. You are choosing. From a place of self-awareness. From a place of peace. And peace, real peace, is power. This is your invitation to start living from your inner authority. Not the voices around you, not the fears passed down to you, but the knowing within you. You are the only one who can truly hear your path. And now, you're listening, not to the noise, but to the inner compass. It's quiet, yes, but it's steady. It's calm. It doesn't scream. It whispers. And in the stillness, you finally hear it. The path is not out there. It's within. And the moment you align with that inner truth, the outer world begins to rearrange itself in your favor. This is the essence of miracles. Not outside interventions, but inner awakenings. When you shift your vibration, you change your trajectory. You become available to a new level of experience. You begin to walk in rooms you used to feel unworthy of. You start having conversations you once feared. You set boundaries not from anger, but from clarity. You say yes to what feels right and no to what doesn't, with no need to explain or apologize. That is the power of alignment. It simplifies everything. You don't need to rush this process. Transformation doesn't always come with speed. It comes with depth. Let it settle in. Let the energy surround you. Breathe it in. This is not a race. This is a rhythm. There is grace here. There is timing. And in that divine timing, nothing is missing. Nothing is lacking. You have what you need for the next step. Not the full picture, but the next note in the melody. Follow that note. Trust that sound. One step at a time is enough. You're not here to figure it all out. You're here to stay aligned and allow. Allow the breakthroughs. Allow the blessings. Allow the help. You don't have to do it all alone. In fact, you were never meant to. This new season comes with new connections. People who see you, honor you, support you without condition. People whose energy matches your new frequency. Let them in. Don't push them away because of past pain. Don't build walls that keep out what you prayed for. You are safe now. You can open. You can trust again. Not blindly, but wisely. You know more now. You see more now. And that wisdom is your protection. You are being guided. Every moment, even now, guidance is flowing. Not always in dramatic ways, sometimes in a gentle nudge, a quiet knowing, a small decision that turns out to be a turning point. Stay present. The signs are not always loud. Sometimes they come in the form of peace, of ease, of clarity. When something feels light, pay attention. That's alignment. When something feels heavy, forced, chaotic, that's not your path. Not anymore. You've done the hard way. Now it's time for the higher way. Don't shrink to fit your past. Don't sabotage what's arriving by staying loyal to the old version of you. You're allowed to grow, to evolve, to change your mind, to take up more space, to speak more truth, to desire more joy. You're allowed to want things you once felt unworthy of. You're allowed to step into the light even if you've spent years in the shadows. This is your rebirth. Not because you were bad before, but because you're ready now. Ready to live from the fullness of who you are. Notice how the energy feels different. Notice how your thoughts are changing, your emotions are stabilizing, your focus is sharpening. These are not small things. These are symptoms of transformation. You are rising, not in hype, but in substance, in depth, in integrity, and the universe responds to that energy with precision. You don't need to convince anyone. You don't need to prove anything. Just stay aligned. What is meant for you will find you, not by chance, but by resonance. Every new beginning starts with a choice, and you've made it by watching, by listening, by staying here in this energy. You've chosen to believe again, to open again, to align. You've chosen yourself, and that single decision sends a ripple into everything around you. The people you meet, the doors that open, the ideas that spark, the abundance that flows. You've turned on the signal. Now let the miracle find you. You don't have to strive. Just stay aware. Stay present. Keep saying yes to your truth. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. Real with your desires. Real with your emotions. Real with your boundaries. Real with your dreams. There is strength in authenticity. And from that authenticity, you will magnetize miracles that match your new frequency. Not because you begged for them, but because you became the person who naturally receives them. Let go of the timelines. Let go of how it should look. Let go of the fear that whispers, what if it doesn't happen? It already is. In energy, it already exists. Your only job is to keep showing up as the version of you who receives it. That version is grounded, open, aligned. She or he doesn't chase. They attract. They don't question their worth. They embody it. And when you live from that place, miracles don't feel like miracles anymore. They feel like your new normal. You are now in the space between the shift and the manifestation. This space is sacred. It's not empty. It's fertile. It may feel quiet, but it's not stagnant. Think of this moment as the still ground just before the sprout breaks through. The work has been done underground. The roots have taken hold. The soil has been broken. Now, the breakthrough is inevitable. But you must honor this space with faith, not frustration, with gratitude, not impatience. This is the final stretch before the visible becomes inevitable. There is a softness in this energy, but don't confuse softness with weakness. This softness is strength refined. This is the power of the river, not forceful like a crash, but steady, undeniable, persistent. That's the energy you are carrying now. You've stopped pushing against the flow and started moving with it. And now, everything is flowing differently. You'll notice your conversations shift. Your decisions feel more certain. You no longer tolerate what drains you. You're choosing peace without guilt. That's not rebellion, it's realignment. So much of your past was lived trying to earn worth, trying to prove yourself. You carried the weight of not enoughness for too long. But that weight is falling away now. You are no longer performing. You are embodying. You are no longer trying to become. You are being. And in that being, you're discovering something profound, that who you are is already more than enough, that your presence is power, that your story, your voice, your energy carries weight even when you say nothing at all. This inner shift is changing your outer reality. Watch as things begin to respond to you differently. People will notice, even if they can't explain it. They'll feel your energy has changed. Some will be drawn closer, others may fall away. Don't fear the changes in your relationships. They are part of your realignment. What no longer matches your frequency will naturally dissolve. This is not rejection. It's refinement. You're making space for what is true, what is healthy, what is aligned. You've outgrown certain patterns, and now you're no longer repeating them. You're rewriting them. You're catching yourself in moments where you once would have self-sabotaged, and instead, you're choosing differently. You're choosing rest over burnout, clarity over chaos, self-respect over approval. These are miracles too. Not loud, not dramatic, but deeply transformative. This is what real change looks like. Consistent, quiet, powerful. Everything begins with your energy. And your energy is now cleaner, stronger, lighter. You've done the inner clearing, even if it was painful. You've grieved the old self. You've honored the pain without becoming it. And now, you rise not in denial of your past, but with wisdom from it. You don't erase your history. You integrate it. You've taken every lesson, every scar, and turned it into fuel. That's why you are unstoppable now. Not because nothing hurt you, but because nothing could destroy you. And the more you step into this energy, the more your life transforms without effort. You don't have to chase love. It finds you where you're at peace. You don't have to force success. It unfolds where you're aligned. You don't have to seek validation. It arrives when you live in your truth. This is a new way of living. It's not based in hustle, fear, or comparison. It's based in harmony, in trust, in alignment with your higher self. Let your actions now come from inspiration, not obligation. Don't move because you should. Move because you feel it in your soul. That is the new compass, your inner resonance. If something feels expansive, pursue it. If it feels heavy, reconsider. This is your new guidance system. You no longer need to seek permission outside of yourself. You are the authority. You are the vessel. You are the channel. And when you honor that, life becomes magnetic. Yes, challenges may still appear. That's part of the journey. But now you don't fear them. You face them with clarity. You move through them with grace. You respond instead of react. That is the power of someone who has returned to center. You've discovered that peace is not the absence of problems. It's the presence of trust. And you trust now, not blindly, but deeply. You trust yourself. You trust the process. You trust the unfolding. So stay here, in this alignment, in this new energy. Let it take root. Let it grow. Let it shape how you speak, how you choose, how you show up in every space. Don't return to the old ways. They no longer fit. They no longer feel like home. You're being expanded, elevated, prepared. This new chapter is asking more of your truth, not more of your effort. Let your presence do the work. Let your vibration lead the way. The more authentic you are, the more miracles become your reality. You don't have to explain your shift to anyone. You don't owe anyone an apology for your growth. You don't need validation for what you know within. This is your sacred path. Walk it boldly. Walk it kindly. Walk it honestly. The right people will recognize you. The right moments will rise to meet you. The right timing is already in motion. What you've prayed for is closer than you think. Not because it's rushing in, but because you've slowed down enough to meet it. And now, you're meeting yourself. The real you. The you that is no longer fragmented. The you that is integrated. The you that doesn't need to chase anything to be whole. The more you embody this self, the more life reflects it back to you in ways you never imagined. You're not just entering a season of miracles. You are becoming the miracle. You are the evidence of what's possible when someone chooses alignment over fear, peace over panic, truth over image. This is your new baseline. Not survival, but expansion. Not fear, but freedom. Not scarcity, but abundance. You are no longer preparing, you are living. Fully, freely, finally. There's something powerful that happens when you stop looking for the miracle and start being the miracle. When you understand that you are not here to wait for change, you are here to initiate it. That realization doesn't come with noise or fireworks, it comes with clarity, with calm, with a deep breath that settles everything inside of you and says, "This is who I really am now." You're not becoming that version. You've arrived. You're just now letting yourself live from that place without hesitation. You've crossed the line where you no longer ask, "When will it happen for me?" Instead, you now ask, "How can I stay in alignment with who I really am?" That question changes everything. It shifts your focus from outcomes to embodiment, from waiting to becoming. And that becoming doesn't require pressure. It doesn't require perfection. It requires presence, real presence, the kind where you show up in every moment as fully yourself, knowing that your energy is shaping the future in ways you can't even measure yet. You're no longer trying to convince the world of your worth. You're now living from it. There is no more hiding, no more shrinking, no more playing roles that don't fit just to feel accepted. You're choosing truth now, even when it's uncomfortable. You're choosing authenticity, even when it's unfamiliar. And in that authenticity, your world is rearranging itself to support you. Not the false version of you, but the real one. That's why things are shifting. That's why the old is falling away. It's not punishment, it's purification. Let the shedding happen. Let the old cycles fall apart. Don't resist what's leaving. Honor it, bless it, and release it. You're making space. Space for the things that actually nourish your soul. Space for the opportunities that make your spirit light up. Space for the connections that feed your truth. You no longer need to hold on to what drains you out of fear, of lack. There is no lack here. There never was. That was just a false lens you were looking through. But now your eyes are clear. Your heart is open. Your spirit is grounded. Notice how you breathe differently now, how you move, how you speak. There is a softness, but there is also fire. You're no longer wasting energy on resistance. You're no longer leaking power through self-doubt. Everything within you is being directed with intention. And when intention meets clarity, miracles become magnetic. This is not theory. It's energy. And energy never lies. The vibration you hold now is calling in exactly what is meant for you. You don't have to chase anymore. This is not the time to hustle for your worth. This is the time to receive, to allow, to align. The doors that are meant to open will not require you to bang on them. They will unlock at your frequency, and the frequency you now carry is undeniable. It's been shaped by everything you've endured and everything you've chosen. You didn't just wait for this energy. You earned it. You aligned with it. You cleared space for it. And now, it's here. So what do you do with this energy? You live it. You let it guide how you speak to yourself, how you care for yourself, how you move through the world. You let it dictate your boundaries, your values, your choices, not as an act of rebellion, but as an act of self-respect. Because when you respect your own energy, life reflects that respect back to you. You're not just creating a better life, you're creating a more honest one that mirrors your essence, not your fears. This is where things start accelerating. You'll begin to notice how what once took months now takes days, how what once felt impossible now arrives with ease. You'll wonder if it's magic, but it's not. It's resonance. It's alignment. It's the natural outcome of energy meeting embodiment. Don't doubt it. Don't downplay it. Receive it with gratitude. And keep choosing the energy that brought it to you. Keep choosing your truth, your alignment, your peace. Yes, the world may still try to pull you back into the old patterns, into fear, into urgency, into distraction. But you know better now. You've tasted what it's like to live in flow, to move with grace, to trust your rhythm. And once you've lived there, nothing else satisfies. So protect that energy, not with force, but with presence. Don't let anyone talk you out of what you know to be true in your soul. Don't let the noise drown out your knowing. This is your life. This is your turning point. Stay with it. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not missing anything. You are exactly where you need to be to experience what you were designed to receive. Every step forward you take in this energy is planting seeds, seeds of peace, seeds of power, seeds of provision. And you don't need to worry about how or when they'll grow. Just keep planting, keep showing up, keep living in alignment. The harvest is already on its way. You're not just starting a new month. You're stepping into a new way of being. One that isn't controlled by the past. One that isn't limited by fear. One that isn't shaped by other people's expectations. You're writing your own narrative now. And in this new story, you are not the victim. You are the creator. You are the light. You are the one who rose from what was meant to bury you and turned it into fuel for your greatest chapter yet. Keep choosing this path, even when it's hard, even when it's quiet, even when the evidence hasn't fully arrived yet. Because the moment you aligned, the miracle began. It's already in motion. It's already yours. You've come this far, not by chance, not by accident, but by choice. Repeated, sacred, deliberate choice. Even when it was difficult, even when no one saw your effort, even when your voice shook and your heart questioned everything, you still showed up. You still took the step. And now, everything is responding. The universe has felt the shift in your frequency. What was once blocked is beginning to open, not because the world changed, but because you did. This is what it feels like to be in harmony with your higher self. To move from truth instead of tension. To act from clarity instead of chaos. You're no longer swinging between extremes, burning out, then beginning again. You're learning sustainability. You're learning the rhythm of grace. You've realized that success is not a destination, it's a state of being. And the most valuable currency you carry now is your energy. How you protect it, how you honor it, how you nurture it without apology. The world around you may not fully understand this shift. That's okay. This part of your journey is not for everyone to comprehend. It's for you to embody. You don't need a round of applause. You don't need validation. You just need presence. There is a sacred power in simply being who you really are, without permission or performance. That quiet power will speak louder than anything you try to prove. It will magnetize the right people, the right places, the right paths. Everything you desire exists at a certain frequency. And now that you've aligned with it internally, externally it has no choice but to come closer. This is how energy works. It doesn't operate on effort alone. It responds to alignment. You can't force what's meant for you. You can only receive it when you've become a match for it. That's why you're not chasing anymore. That's why things are unfolding more naturally. Because you're no longer operating from need. You're operating from fullness. Notice how differently you speak to yourself now. The tone is kinder. The inner dialogue is clearer. You no longer call yourself names in your mind. You no longer shame yourself for being human. Instead, you're choosing to extend compassion to the parts of you that were once disconnected. The inner critic is losing its grip because the inner guide is rising. And the more you tune into that guide, the more peaceful your decisions become. This is not about being positive all the time. This is about being real, honest with your emotions, grounded in your intentions, able to sit with discomfort without making it your identity. You've outgrown the belief that pain means you're off path. You now understand that discomfort is often the doorway to transformation. It's not here to stop you, it's here to stretch you. And you're no longer afraid of being stretched. You know what's on the other side. You've tapped into a deeper form of courage now. Not the kind that fights and pushes, but the kind that trusts and surrenders. The kind that holds space for both progress and pause. That allows rest without guilt. That honors intuition over instruction. That listens to the wisdom within, instead of reaching for noise outside. You've remembered that alignment is quiet. It whispers. And now you can hear it. You don't need to explain your growth. The ones meant to walk with you will feel it. They'll see it in your presence, in your peace, in your boundaries, in your decisions. They'll witness your energy and understand something has shifted. You've stepped into a new chapter, not by force, but by frequency. And this frequency doesn't chase, it attracts. It doesn't grasp. It allows. It doesn't doubt. It knows. You've let go of needing to control how it all unfolds. You've released the grip. And in doing so, you've opened the hands that can now receive. What you once tried to build through effort, you're now magnetizing through embodiment. That doesn't mean you won't work. It means your work is now rooted in flow, aligned action, inspired direction. Your decisions no longer come from fear of missing out. They come from a calm inner knowing that what's yours cannot be taken or missed. It's not just about creating success anymore. It's about creating space. Space for what really matters. Space to breathe. Space to feel. Space to heal. Space to live. That space is where your miracles land. That space is where your truth speaks. That space is where your spirit leads. And the more you honor that space, the more it gives back to you. Clarity, creativity, confidence. And here's what's beautiful. It keeps getting better. Not because everything outside is perfect, but because everything inside is aligned. You are becoming someone who doesn't need constant proof to trust the process. Someone who doesn't panic in the waiting. Someone who walks with certainty, even when the path is not fully lit. This is emotional maturity, spiritual stability, soul-level strength. Every step you've taken in this journey has been sacred. Every time you chose faith over fear, love over lack, presence over pressure, you planted seeds. Seeds you may not see blooming yet, but trust this, they are growing. The harvest is already gathering. And it's not just a reward, it's a reflection of everything you've become. Not because you forced it, but because you aligned with it. Let this energy be your new standard. Not just a moment of inspiration, but a lifestyle of embodiment. Keep showing up like it's already yours, not in arrogance, but in assurance. Keep speaking from your center, acting from your core, and trusting what flows from alignment. That's where your miracles live. Not in the future, not in the distance, but here, now in this exact energy. And this energy, you've created it, you've chosen it, you've protected it. This is yours. And now, you get to live in it. You've arrived at a sacred threshold. Not the end of a video, not just the closing of a message, but the beginning of something far greater, something alive within you now. You didn't just listen. You didn't just watch. You activated something. Something ancient. Something true. Something powerful. And now, it's moving through every part of your being. This is the moment where the shift becomes permanent. Not because you make a loud declaration, but because you make a quiet decision. To never again live outside of your alignment. To never again abandon yourself for comfort or approval. To never again pretend that the old ways still fit. They don't. You've outgrown the fear. You've outgrown the story of delay. You've outgrown the version of you that had to struggle for peace. This isn't about hype. This isn't about feeling motivated for a few days and slipping back. This is about something deeper, something woven into the fabric of your awareness, a knowing that cannot be shaken. You've touched the part of you that does not bend with the winds of fear. You've found the center, and from this center, you will build everything differently. Let it echo in your being. You are not broken. You are not late. You are not less than. You are sacred. You are whole. You are the vessel of something beautiful and eternal that is ready to express itself more fully now than ever before. The world needs that. The world needs you. Not a copy, not a performance, not a mask. You. The you that's been waiting behind layers of doubt and delay. It's time to live as if the miracle is already here. Because in truth, it is. You are the evidence. The moment you chose alignment over anxiety, the moment you chose clarity over chaos, the moment you honored your peace over proving something to anyone, you became the space where the miraculous could breathe. You created the opening, and now life is responding. You're no longer asking for signs because you are the sign. Your energy is confirmation. Your inner shift is proof. Watch how the world responds to you now. Watch how opportunities begin to unfold in unusual, effortless ways. Watch how things come together. Conversations, timing, resources, people, not by manipulation, but by magnetism. That's the power of living in truth. This is not a moment to hope that things change. This is a moment to know that they already have. You've crossed over the invisible line. The old timeline is gone. The new one is active. And this new timeline doesn't carry the same weight. It's lighter, clearer, brighter. Because you're lighter, clearer, brighter. This is what happens when you no longer carry what isn't yours. When you stop dragging the energy of unworthiness through every doorway. Now everything you do comes from presence. You move with intention. You speak with clarity. You rest with peace. You no longer need noise to validate your progress. You feel it. You see it. You are it. And when you begin to live from this frequency, you become unshakable. Not because challenges disappear, but because you no longer fear them. You've seen what you're capable of. You've seen what rises from within when everything else falls away. That is your true power. And now, let this be the new vibration that walks with you through every doorway. Let it lead you in the quiet mornings and the uncertain moments. Let it speak when your mind tries to return to fear. Let it hold you when the past tries to whisper again. You don't have to go back. You don't have to explain. You don't have to make sense of every detail. You just have to stay connected to this energy, this presence, this truth. Because from this moment forward, everything changes. Not because something magical appears, but because you finally stop blocking what's already yours. This month is not about waiting for miracles. It's about living as if they've already arrived, breathing them in, letting them shape how you wake up, how you speak, how you show up in the world. You're no longer trying to manifest from a place of lack. You are choosing from a place of knowing. That knowing is unshakable. That knowing is sacred. And that knowing is your new reality. So as you walk away from this message, don't rush back into the noise. Let this energy settle in your bones. Let it echo in your mind and move through your breath. You are no longer who you were. That version has served its purpose. It taught you. It shaped you. It brought you here. But you are ready to rise. You are ready to live as the person your future is already prepared for. Everything is unfolding. Everything is aligning. Not because you fought harder, but because you finally aligned with your truth. This is your turning point. This is your invitation. This is your beginning. Now go, live it, breathe it, embody it, and let this be the month where miracles aren't just hoped for, they're lived.